Welcome back to First News. I'm Nate Fluharty, and it is time for us to kick off the week with a look at some of our top business headlines and the latest on a recall from Toyota and what you need to know if you drive one, plus why the Justice Department says TikTok could have an influence on U.S. elections. Let's head to the NASDAQ where Sabile Marcellus joins us with the details on these stories and a whole lot more. Hope you had a great weekend, Sabile.
I did, very much so. Thanks so much, Nate. Good morning. The Justice Department says it wants to prevent Chinese-owned TikTok from covertly influencing the upcoming U.S. presidential elections. In the Friday filing, the DOJ outlined reasons why allowing TikTok to operate under its current parent company, ByteDance, would allow the Chinese government to interfere with U.S. election activity. The filing is the DOJ's first response to TikTok's federal lawsuit against the U.S. government in May. That suit targets a new law signed by President Biden in April, requiring TikTok to find a new owner by mid-January 2025 or be banned in the U.S. TikTok owners say the new law violates free speech rights and would block Americans from its online community of more than 1 billion people worldwide. Toyota says it will now completely replace the engines in more than 103,000 Tundra pickups and Lexus SUVs after previous recall fixes failed. In early June, Toyota's initial recall of the vehicle stemmed from a mechanical issue that could cause their engines to lose power while driving, potentially causing a crash. Toyota now says earlier recall solutions did not fully resolve the problem, so instead it will fully replace engines in the affected vehicles at no cost to customers. The company will reach out to owners directly, and full recall information is available at toyota.com. All three major indices will be heading into Monday's open on a tailwind of strong gains made on Friday. The Dow soared with 654 points, the Nasdaq gained 176, and the S&P notched 60 points. Local stocks on the move include Lowe's, which added 1.8%, and AEP, which ticked up 0.6%. Among the Magnificent Seven big-name tech stocks, Alphabet and Tesla were the only two to lose on the day Friday after a turbulent week for both stocks amid disappointing second quarter earnings reports. Both closed down about 0.2%. Microsoft, Meta, Apple, and Amazon are all set to report their quarterly results this week. The four will kick off the trading week on gains, and the Federal Reserve meets midweek with all eyes watching for continued signals that interest rates could finally start to roll back in September. Right now, futures are looking good. Dow futures up 154 points, and Nasdaq futures up 103 points. A spicy debate over Flamin' Hot Cheetos is now a lawsuit. A former Pepsi executive is suing the company, saying it destroyed his career after questioning his claim that he invented the popular flavor of Cheetos. Richard Montañez, a former PepsiCo plant worker, says he developed the flavor by dusting unflavored Cheetos with chili pepper. He took his prototype to Pepsi's managers in 1991, and Flamin' Hot Cheetos were launched the next year. Montañez says at first, Pepsi gave him credit for the spicy discovery, but then the company later recanted, publicly saying instead that it developed the flavor and the name, not Montañez. Montañez, who is now retired, claims Pepsi's actions damaged his public speaking career based on his memoir entitled Flamin' Hot. He's seeking unspecified damages for discrimination, fraud, and defamation. Pepsi has said it has no comment on the lawsuit. At the weekend box office, Deadpool and Wolverine shattered ticket records with more than $205 million in domestic sales, making it the highest debut of an R-rated film ever, and the 8th best movie open of all time. It's the 34th film released under the Marvel Cinematic Universe banner, and the first of the Disney-produced installments to have an R rating. Twisters spun down to a distant second place, followed by the animated sequels Despicable Me 4 in third, and Inside Out 2 in fourth. The horror movie Longlegs by indie studio Neon rounded out the top 5.